That's a very, very good question. I hear that question all the time, even when I do training. And one of the biggest misconception is that babies don't remember.
And they
You hear that all the time. Um, as if babies don't experience trauma or baby doesn't have mind, right? But the reality is, even without language, their brains, we also know that their nervous system are absorbing everything that's taking place. When they're inside mommy's womb, they're absorbing all of that. And then the cortisol also, right? So the body remembers. Baby might not remember, but their little bodies remember. And
do.
that's why we when we work with babies, we also work with their behaviors, right? Because whatever they're absorbing or they're seeing, their behavior is telling us something. Their behavior is telling us whether they're witnessing domestic violence or they're exposed to substances in utero, right? Or they're dealing with some distress, whether separation from their caregiver or even natural disaster. These things are actually buried deep inside them, inside their little bodies, and it show up with how they respond to stress in relationship. Another important thing that folks tend to not realize, right? Babies have critical window period because by the time within the first 1,000 days of life, 85% of the baby's brain is already developed. Remember, by when we say 1,000 days, we're talking about by age 3. So just imagine by age 3, 85% of their brain is already developed, and they're entering kindergarten with at least 90% of their brain developed. Why those first 3 years is critical for us to help. So for professionals, it's really learning how to understand the story behind the behavior, right? And really learning how to respond with compassion and really learning how to listen to what the baby's behaviors or the toddler's behaviors trying to tell us. And that's the power of those tiny little wounds that actually transition into their lifelong story.